12 signs from the universe that warn you about a toxic person. How to recognize a rotten apple. The universe never lets us down. We humans could be good or evil, believers, spiritually inclined, or the exact opposite. Someone is always on our side, watching our backs. But the universe does so much more for us. Especially when it comes to interpersonal matters, it keeps its eyes open for us and is always ready to warn us about false friends, phonies, and toxic fellow human beings. Here's how you can recognize these interventions. 1. You constantly have the feeling that you have to make a choice. Toxic people always come with a plan. This plan is to achieve their goals on our backs, or thanks to our abilities and connections. To yourself, meeting them will seem like a silent ultimatum. You will constantly have the feeling of having to choose between them and the rest of the world. You also cannot get rid of a suspicion of being under observation. 2. Your environment is skeptical about this acquaintance. With every new person who comes into your life and claims a place in it, it is definitely worth introducing them to your family and friends. They know you and desperately want you to be happy and doing well. If they express concerns or have serious reservations about this new person in your sphere of influence, you should definitely trust their judgment. 3. Something always comes up. Life is simple. What is meant for us literally falls into our laps and hardly costs us any effort. Everything that will disrupt our circles turns out to be complicated, challenging, and downright unruly. Toxic people attract misunderstandings and complications. If you are constantly stuck, jerky, and bumpy with someone, leave this acquaintance alone. 4. This person drains you. Toxic people are not called that without good reason. They are pure poison for us, our emotional world, our nervous system, and our energy reserves. Every meeting with them sucks the last bit of lifeblood out of our veins and leaves us exhausted. So if a new acquaintance doesn't make you feel good, avoid that person. 5. Nothing about your encounters seems to fit. Date, place, time, activity. When you arrange to meet toxic people, you'll quickly find that none of it will be easy. It's almost maddening the things that can go wrong and end up not fitting if you get involved with the wrong people. It almost seems as if all the powers are conspiring against you. But it's the other way around. They only mean well for you and want to show you in this way that you have backed the wrong horse this time. 6. Your dreams do not go well. When we dream about certain people, it always has meaning. The good ones make us feel good even in our sleep, while the bad ones give us real nightmares that make us wake up in a cold sweat. Never underestimate the wisdom of your subconscious. It registers much more than our consciousness and mind can process 24 hours a day. 7. Synchronicities should warn you. A lot can happen on the way to or with a toxic person. You can hardly believe how often you step into dog poop, meet old acquaintances again with whom you would really like to have a longer conversation, or how often buses and trains can suddenly be late. Flat tires, accidents, construction sites, or even a police operation. The universe is not stingy with clear indications that you should rather keep your hands off this person. 8. You feel pressure and compulsion. Toxic people are pretty much always manipulative. They have an agenda, a plan they are pursuing, and need to put it into action. To do this, they have to push their willing victims, that's us, in the right direction. We feel this pressure every time we meet with them. They dictate everything and seem to make us dance on invisible strings. 9. This person brings out the bad in you. From the universe's point of view, a rotten character is actually contagious. So it happens that you are not necessarily the best version of yourself in the presence of toxic contemporaries. You get used to their disdain, their critical remarks, and their arrogant view of people and things, faster than you might think. Those closest to you will soon notice these changes in you and sound the alarm. 10. You feel that this contact will not last. Thank God, toxic fellows never stay long in our lives. Their stay is limited to their mission. Once they have fulfilled it and achieved their selfish goals, they move on to the next person they can instrumentalize and exploit. Interestingly, you realize from the beginning that this acquaintance will not last forever. 11. Since you have known this person, unpleasant things have happened. Just as people can attract happiness, it naturally works with unhappiness as well. You don't have to be a particularly spiritual person to know the law of attraction. Toxic people bring downright bad luck into our lives and kick off an avalanche of bad events. 12. Your gut feeling sounds the alarm. At every first acquaintance, we should listen less to what this person has to tell us, but much more to what our gut feeling wants to tell us in his presence. This is where our intuition speaks to us, and it knows the human shallows much better than we do. In a split second, it lets us know if someone is trustworthy. The universe is behind you. Don't be afraid. We all make bad decisions once in a while. If you listen to yourself, trust your inner voice, and also have a little faith in the good powers, you are in the very best hands. In life, you will always meet people who do not have your best interests in mind, but theirs. In the future, pay attention to these 12 friendly hints from on high. They clearly say stop, and mean it just the same.